How the next housing crash could make you wealthy. The housing market is collapsing again. Prices are stuck, interest rates are brutal, and buyers, they're walking away in droves. But this chaos, this is not new, and it's not just doom. This kind of storm has made people rich before. If you're paying attention, the next opportunity is forming right now. A June 2025 article in the New York Post called it out clearly. Housing in worst year in decades. High mortgage rates, stubborn inflation, frozen sales, rising rent. We're in a perfect storm, and millions are locked out. But here's what the headlines don't tell you. The people who made the most money in 2009, 2012, and 2020, they were paying attention when everyone else was panicking. Let's rewind. After the 2008 housing crash, home prices didn't just drop, they collapsed. According to the Shiller Home Price Index, national prices bottomed out between 2009 and 2012, erasing nearly a decade of gains. At the same time, the Federal Reserve slashed interest rates to near zero. By 2012, average 30-year mortgage rates fell to just 3.6%, according to Freddie Mac. That wasn't random. It was a setup for those who were ready. I didn't guess my way through that. I watched the pattern, I waited, I acted. I bought in 2017, before the COVID boom sent housing into the stratosphere. That move wasn't emotional, it was strategic. Now in 2025, housing affordability is at its worst in decades. A May report from the National Association of Realtors shows existing home sales hit the slowest pace since 2009, with mortgage rates stuck in the 6 to 7% range. In a recent article in Business Insider, housing analyst Meredith Whitney tells us that this is truly the worst housing year in decades. They do tell you after the fact, not just before. Inventory is frozen, prices are too high to buy and too low to sell. Mortgage rates are hovering near multi-decade highs, cutting deeply into affordability. But if you've been around long enough, you recognize the setup. Every time the system squeezes too hard, something breaks. And when it does, that's when the real window opens. Don't get it twisted. This isn't about cheering for a crash. No, certainly not. It's about preparing for a reset. If prices fall and sellers panic, that's not the end, it's the beginning. The question is, will you be ready? Is your credit in shape? Have you stacked liquidity? Do you know the neighborhoods and types of deals you're hunting for? This game rewards preparation, not perfection. Housing shouldn't just be where you sleep. It should be part of your wealth plan. That could mean buying a duplex and house hacking, picking up a distressed rental property during a dip, owning a home outright in 15 years instead of 45. Most people think about homes emotionally. I think about them strategically. In a rig system, ownership is leverage. Rates are high now, but history says they don't stay there forever. After 2008, the Fed slashed rates to near zero. After COVID, same story. If this housing slowdown turns into a crash and inflation finally breaks, rates could fall again. That's your refinance moment. Buy during fear, refi during relief. That's how you win the cycle. You don't need to time the bottom perfectly. You need to be awake while others are distracted. This housing market will crush the unprepared, but it could also make the next wave of middle-class millionaires. The question is, which one will you be? To cap it off, I'm not a financial advisor, just someone who's lived through these cycles and made real life moves. If you want to stop reacting and start strategizing, like and subscribe to Grey's Horizons. Drop a comment if you're watching the housing market closely or sitting on a play. And share this with someone who thinks the crash means the game is over. It's not over. It's just shifting. And those who see the shift early are the ones who win. I'll see you in the next one.